welcome to Plus One to Gaming. I'm Chris.
And I'm Eric.
I'm Billy.
And I'm Mark.
We are indeed going full throttle into our fourth session of A Minor Issue. Bill, it is a recurring theme that has been a while since we played this dang game. Can you remind us what's happened before we jump back?
I'll try. It has been a while since we played this game. So you are protecting a closed section of the mines underneath the city. You have been joined with a three-person party from the merchants, like the caravan guard guilds, and they're kind of being like the stationary, and you're being the rovers. You haven't really seen anything too exciting. You fought a giant scorpion, but Umrin just totally punched the shit out of it, and it died in one round, basically. Or two, but it was stunned for that one round, so it did not do anything at all.
It was super effective. Yeah,
you guys rocked that. But not that long ago, you felt like some sort of like tremor, earthquake. It seemed localized, but you don't know exactly how localized. And I believe you were, I don't know if you had or you were going over to check the purposely collapsed tunnel that leads to the not the Underdark, but the Underdark. What did I? That happens every time.
We need to write it on a post-it note. What the hell our stuff is.
If we had a website where we could write all this down.
Only I had a. I've spent.
If only we had a wiki. Let's see.
Yeah, if only I had spent hundreds
if only
of
you
hours
spent all that time setting that up.
setting that up.
That's the problem with websites. You have to fucking maintain them after you do them.
Oh,
yeah. So, well worth it.
I do know that Umrin most certainly wanted to check, thinking the crumbly area was most likely where an additional cave-in had happened.
Yeah.
I remember that part.
Yeah, we didn't
sense.
check. We stopped before.
Yeah, I think that's where we cliffhangered.
Did we have we completed a long rest, or has there been like a period of? Because I think we were
God,
I hope so.
Yeah, there's so
Been
much
here for
time
5
that just
days.
assume, unless I tell you otherwise, that you have completed a long rest. Just
Okay.
because you have nothing but time in here.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody's completed a full rest. Like it kind of awoken you from your west. Your
From my
west.
west.
Your west.
The
Awoken
wascally
you-
wabbits
Oh,
woke you from your west.
Marriage is what brings us together today.
Well, okay,
But-
cool.
Yeah, so you have all your spells, everything. You got awoken from your rest with this tremor. Seems like you don't really know where it was, just because of how it is. It's hard to identify the exact location or the center of this tremor. You don't have like sophisticated geologic sensors. You just know that the ground shook. So if you wanted to kind of head that way, feel free to just tell me, like, on a scale of like full dash run as fast as you possibly can to like cautiously going slowly, looking
7.
out. How fast are you going? I just want to know.
From tortoise to rabbit on the tractor speed gauge.
That I ran over Brad Jewell on. Yes,
Not dashing, but I'm gonna go like speed and a half, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
You're not.
So like 50, 60 feet.
Yeah, enough that you can keep
Risk
track of
pace.
and look for dangers in front of you, but you're not going
Right.
pretty
I
cautious.
don't want to lose anyone in the darkness behind.
Yeah.
And I don't want to stumble over anything in the darkness coming towards me.
Yeah.
Wizard Claws looks around. Are there any like lanterns or headlamps? What do non-dark vision folks use to see?
I think there's lanterns all around.
Yeah, there's
here.
lanterns and torches if you wanted to grab one.
Are there those
I
cute
have-
little
I-
mining
oh,
helmets with the little candle lamps or whatever?
There are not those cool mining helmets. You would have to use a hand or a mage hand or something.
No, he'll cast a tiny servant on a lantern that sprouts little arms and legs, and it follows Umrin around.
Ooh,
Can't see good.
you are a special kind of cat, aren't you?
So it kind of totters after him to give him some light.
Cute.
I love that.
Yeah, that's actually fantastic. That's a good example, and that's basically your reskin version of Unseen Servant.
No, this is Tiny Servant. It's a 3rd level transmutation spell.
Oh, so it's different. I thought it was just that. Okay.
Yeah, you touch a tiny non-magical object that isn't attached or being carried. It's animated, sprouts little arms and legs, becoming a creature under your control until the spell ends. Blah 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 blah.
Nope. I just wanted to.
Yeah, it's not Unseen Servant though.
It's not Unseen. What did you
spell.
call that one? You did reskin some of the stuff, so just let me know if it's
I will.
a reskin.
Yeah, but this is like just a standard transmutation spell.
Yep. Cool. So so it sprouts little arms and legs. It looks like a little like a 1950s Disney character.
You don't say his name. Disney will be on us. You can't just can't fuck around.
Generic.
You can mess around with wizards, but you can't mess around with Disney.
His name's
okay. So
Torchet.
It looks like a character from Cuphead. We'll do that. Support local people or small businesses.
Support your local lawsuits.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop at the first thing to make sure I don't lose anybody, just for the record.
Yeah. So you guys can move. You remember that this is kind of longer than it looks. Just for scale reasons, it's probably about like 10 times as long as it seems on the screen. We said that each one was about a mile. So you're going about a half a mile.
When they catch up to me, I want to turn around and ask everyone, are you feeling up for a fight, party? Remember how we talked about strategy and working together? I'm going to pull out a potion from my bag, which is a potion of heroism, pop the cap, and drink it.
Basil, I think Umrin's got a bit of a heroism problem.
Yeah, he's jumping the gun a bit there. We don't really know what's going on here.
The second potion of heroism I've seen him use this week.
We've been down here a long time. I'm definitely ready to fight something. So everyone gets
hostility
blessed.
and aggression.
How else do you please the gods? So y'all get blessed.
We get blessed? Wait, so you drank a potion and we get blessed?
Blessings on blessings on blessings.
Bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. So I'll choose you, me, and Zeisel.
Oh, well, I don't particularly take in heroism, but thank you for the aid.
So let's see. You get attack rolls and saving rolls. You can add a d4 to it.
Okay.
Perfect. So everybody is has.
Didn't remember I'd used a one before, so now I don't have any.
That's fine.
No. Okay.
Hopefully you won't need one again. Wink, wink, wink. But yeah, so you guys are moving along. I guess you're all pretty quick characters enough, and you're going at a decent pace, trying to hurry over, but not recklessly hurry to the cave-in area that you've seen before. Well, the purposely caved-in area that separates from the Black Depths. As you go there, Lord Wizardclaws has the best passive perception, I believe.
It's 17.
Yeah, so Lord
22
Wizardclaws
is for hearing. With
advantage. So he hears some scuttling definitely coming on. It's something you really feel familiar, and that you've heard these before. Like, what this is.
Rats?
Yeah. And as you come, you just see just the floor is just covered with rats, and they are just scurrying in your, towards you, basically.
Ooh, it's a buffet. All you can eat.
All right, so they.
Told you we'd fight something.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
So it is. You just see them scuttling along towards you, just down the hallway. It looks like they're just completely covering the floors.
Ooh, could we? What should we do?
Seems like your area of specialty.
So they're covering the floor?
Yeah, you've seen it. It's just like a mad dash. You've seen that type of thing, like
waves of rats.
Waves of rats.
Yes, it's rats that are scuttling, but
standard rat wave.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if you've seen in the movies where like going down like a sewer and you just see like like so many rats come, like a wave of rats are running away that like it looks like the floor is moving.
Okay, that's a lot of rats.
Yeah, but it doesn't go that far back. It just, it's a very shallow but wide
wave.
rat
Okay.
wave.
Shallow
Wizard
but
Claws
wide rat
levitates.
It's still in the back? Are you in the front?
I think he's in the back still, but he sees this wave of rats coming. Well, it doesn't
right.
look good, so he's going to levitate a height that would allow the rats to pass under him.
It takes so many flurry of blows to smack every
Yeah.
rat.
So they are now.
Oh, they're upon us.
They're now, 5 feet from Umrin. Umrin, are you going to do anything?
I use Step of the Wind,
Mhm.
which is 1 key down already. I take. So that lets me take disengage or dash. I'll dash, and my jump distance is doubled. I'm going to attempt to leap over the rats and draw them. Kind of. I'm assuming they're coming towards the closest person, so I'm going to try to dash, leap over them in the hopes that they kind of turn around and scuttle away from the party.
Okay. So give me a acrobatics or an athletics check, whichever one you want to do. To hop over. You're trying to get on the other side of them and have them spin
buddy.
around towards you.
Get ready for this.
Yeah, run that bad boy. So
No,
that's a
I shouldn't have
natural one.
said shit.
Oh, no.
So you go to jump, and
I got a 1
immediately-
and a 20. If I had had advantage,
Yeah.
I would
Wow.
have.
Do you have inspiration? Can you turn that
I
fail
do.
into a fortune?
Do you want to use your inspiration on this
I
run?
sure as hell do.
Okay.
On a
I
rat?
want the 26,
So-
not the 7.
So as you are falling
Hubris.
down, like you trip over your own feet, and as you're falling down, you have like the presence of mind to just like push all of your like your leg muscles is like a coiled spring. You just jump out, and so like as you're falling, like you jump forward and you kind of like do like a gymnast roll over the rats and pop back up on the other side. Quick on your feet, you turn around, get prepared for this wave of rats that's going to wash upon you, and they continue on.
Shit.
I see you've been paying attention to my moves, Umrin. How nimbly.
I tried, but it didn't work. Watch out.
Zizal, do you want to do anything?
Yeah, I don't have really any special shit like these guys have.
Wait. Are they attacking
going-
or running?
Perhaps they're fleeing whatever came from those tunnels.
I'm going to try to take just the dodge action.
All right, so you are just trying to dodge and get away from them. They're covering the floors, but you're trying to like just get out of their way.
Yeah,
and they
like try to be as nimbly bimbly and not touch these gross little rats.
yeah. So a few of them crawl over your feet and up your legs, but then they immediately hop back off. They're staying as a swarm, and they move on. And then
Oh,
Lord
no.
Wizard Claws, you're levitated enough. Are you going to do anything as they run underneath you?
Snack.
he might try and like while he's floating, because he's just kind of
Okay.
like, I don't know, he's
Yeah.
not super used to being off his feet like this, so he might try and cutely swipe at a few rats
It's like a
playfully.
little claw game in the
Yeah.
air.
Give me a just an unarmed attack roll. You don't even have to roll damage.
Okay,
If you
see if he actually gets any.
just
snag a snack.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so as you're hovering there, you just swipe out your claw at one of the rats, and you just manage to sink your claw into like the side of him, and you pull him back up. The other rats, like he squeals, but the other rats just don't seem to care. There's hundreds of them, and they just keep moving on. And you now have a ratty little snack. I don't know what you're gonna do with it.
Play with it, of
They
course.
continue on the tunnel.
That's a
And-
bad sign.
Yeah. Until they're out of sight. So they continue on the tunnel until they're out of sight.
So Umrin's gonna pull his quarterstaff out and move more slowly
Mhm.
as we proceed,
Yeah.
thinking that they're running from something. Everyone okay back there?
Yeah, I mean, a little grossed out, but I mean, I've seen rats before. It's no big deal.
Wizard Claws will gently lower to the ground.
Has everyone been inoculated by the wizard against rat pox? might well visit them when you return to the town. So at each of these little areas, I'm gonna kind of peek just in case there's, anything down either side.
Give me like a running perception check. Give me 2, and we'll just count both of them. Well,
Ooh.
Yeah, Wizard Claws will take a listen as well.
Heroism.
21
through my
to
blood.
listen.
yeah. So you hear that clatter coming away, and then there's just a lot of other like noises that it's hard for you to understand, but you definitely hear that there's movement within these tunnels just because they echo and they bounce sound that you just have no idea where it's coming from. But you do hear like more skittering, some sounds like something that doesn't have like soft pads on their feet like you are. Something's moving in this tunnel.
Quite a bit of movement ahead. Be on your guard, Umrin.
Yes, I think the torch is lit enough. I can see where the entrance used to be crumbled. Is anything different from, what is this, 50 feet away?
Yeah.
Can I still tell the rocks are there and everything?
Yeah. So yeah.
You can have the lantern walk up to the crumbly too.
Yeah.
For a better seeing.
I will find you a lantern to put in there. But as I do that, yeah, you see that it doesn't look like any of the rocks seem out of place. This was a very deliberate and careful collapse of this tunnel. It wasn't just a casual tunnel collapse. The dwarves that did this, especially Umrin, they are surgical in how they can excavate and collapse a tunnel. And you see very little get even new gaps or gaps that have shifted. It's hard to remember the exact face of it. It's 10 feet wide, but
as it appears, I was mistaken. That quake perhaps wasn't the tunnel collapsing or something busting through as I had thought.
Perhaps we should explore some other parts of the tunnel and make sure they're intact.
Where else could hundreds of rats have come from suddenly? Our last patrol didn't find a giant nest or anything.
There was that one peculiar crack in the floor.
Ah. Can you sniff your way there? Do you remember how to get back?
I think we could find the way. Yeah, and I think in a previous episode, I remember us finding like a fissure or some kind of.
Absolutely was a fissure. Lord Wizard Claws, you now have control over this lantern.
Torchette.
Oh, cool.
So you do remember. Like, I'll tell you because you guys would remember that if that tunnel that you went to before, if you went down there,
the middle tunnel.
The middle tunnel. It would end in that crack. And then you could reach it also going around the outside. It may be a little bit longer. It's
Take
hard
the
to
more
tell.
direct route.
Yeah.
I would vote for the direct route.
It was this way.
You weave through these thinner tunnels. You find that crack, and give me a perception check, everybody.
I perceive this crack.
Yeah.
Oh, we still have. Is Bless still affecting us?
Let me check, actually. I assumed it was an hour, which is probably a mistake.
You'll find out.
Duration. 1 whole minute.
Concentration for a minute, so no.
Oh, yeah, so it's over. A minute is over. But Zizal, you're able to tell that if you look here, you see that this is where that rat swarm did come from. And they started to go the direction to the west. And you can see those tracks. And if you look, you see little splatterings of blood and like chips in the rock. And then their track immediately turns to the south. So they started to go to the west. And those that did go to the west, that trail just ends with some, slight blood splatter. You don't see a lot of blood, but enough that you think that maybe some rats died. So you don't really see a blood trail. You see like blood splatter somewhere around here. You see 2 trails. I'm just going to put in yellow a trail going this way and then a trail going down from those. It looks like the rats came out of here and they broke off in the two different directions, but one of those trails ends right there. And you don't know if it's hard to tell if they double backed or if,
Yeah.
But they definitely go to that farther. There was some, not only are there blood traps, but there's like chips in the floor.
Chips. Okay.
Very small.
But we came from this way, correct?
You did come from that way.
Yeah.
So what do you see?
Well, I mean, it looks like the rats started to go this way, but it looks like something spiked them up. Or there's like all these little scratchies in the floor. But like we came this way and didn't run into nothing, so it looks like something big is out here.
How peculiar. Could we search around and look for clues of any?
Yeah, give me.
What would you have us roll?
Specifically what you're supposed
Perception or?
Yeah, so you're trying to do in perception to you see them. You can also roll an investigation to like
That's
somebody
what I
can
was
look
gonna
for
ask.
new clues, and
Yeah.
some can like use the clues that you have to try to put together
there-
a new picture.
Like with the
In the-
chips
in
in the
the-
floor. Go ahead, Mark.
In the blood splatter, are they all like gone? Are there any bodies, that are like mangled or left behind or anything?
Do not see any rat bodies.
Okay.
It wasn't.
Try a medicine check or something.
Yeah,
So what, another perception?
I did investigation, but it was a
Oh,
9.
okay.
Yeah, mine was a 3. We all
you
know
have a
shit.
10. Yeah, so you would think that like the amount of blood just that came from it would be like a single wound, not that they were like completely just opened up. You have rat parts. It was very surgical and like almost like they were stabbed, and it makes sense with the chips in the rock that maybe something stabbed the rats and carried off their body, and the only the remains are just a little bit of blood where they stabbed them, and that chips where they stabbed right through the rats and into the ground.
And there's no trail tracks of any sort of.
Yeah, if I will give it the same thing with Zizal, because you did roll a 20 on the perception check, that you do see a little bit of trail of like very slight drops of blood that are going to the west.
Zizel sees that?
Yeah, so
Okay.
Zizal, if you track,
Yeah.
because it's not the rat trail that you were looking at before, it's something new.
But the west, like down this tunnel here? Is that what you
You
mean?
don't really see the same thing going south. You're kind of like over here, you just see the
This
rat
way.
trail.
Perhaps another scorpions hunting through here.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, it doesn't look animalistic. Like usually when animals eat stuff, it's messy. This is pretty clean. I could be wrong, but
Well, if it went back up the path we took, we didn't run into it, so where would it? I guess it had plenty of time to move since the rats seem to have run all the long way around trying to escape. So do we follow this tiny blood trail that leads back, or do we follow after the way the rats ran?
you follow the blood trail. I mean, I'm not a hunter or nothing, but I ain't worried about them rats.
Fair enough.
Yes, I agree with Sazzle.
Shall we take some potions first?
I don't know, that last one didn't really do a whole lot for us, did it?
I'm not that thirsty.
It'll take you about 5 minutes to get back. More than that, but no, let's say 5 minutes to get back to the T. If you're going like cautiously and carefully, it'll take you about 2 minutes to go if you run full speed. And then, so just tell me about how long you think it'll take you based on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, if there's a big thing out here, like we should run back and tell those other guys, right?
Yes, we should make haste.
Post haste, dash abilities.
Okay.
We're running in a group. Hello, we've come with a report.
They're all dead.
Ooh, are they all dead?
No.
Except
Rat
Zan.
bites on everyone.
We need Zan to just join our party.
Yeah, give me a second. I am getting everybody. So, as you get closer, you hear the sounds of battle.
Oh fuck.
Dun, dun, dun.
And as you walk in, I mean, like, there's a lot of light in there, so it's not that it's very easy to see what's happening as you get closer. So you're probably about, I'm going to say, realistically that far away. Give me a second. Dun, 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 dun.
Measurements.
Yeah.
Who's gonna
You
get
see that
fucked
both Zahn and Esther are just swarmed by these. They look like spiders, but they are almost
Metal?
rock-like. Not
Ooh.
metal, but rock-like, and they have like these yellow gems in certain spots. Like their eyes look gem-like. There are two larger ones. I don't know if you can see, if you have to really zoom in, that have their ones facing the other way.
I only see one facing the other way. It's got little spikes.
Yeah, there we go.
God
Yeah,
damn
so
it.
that one has like little like spikes on its back. The other two, so those are medium size. The ones that are facing to the right are small. They both take a
I'll
5
remember
foot
that.
square, and so like, it's very easy to like, they're twice as large as the other ones. And they have these like yellow crystals growing out of their backs, and they look very stone-like. And you just see that both Esther and Zahn are in the midst of battle. They are trying to fight these Esther's, casting her shield spells. And so I will
Can
let
we
you.
perceive enough to see which way the battle has swayed thus far?
They are getting swarmed.
Okay.
They're
like equally overrun.
They are overrun. They are holding up, but you don't see any dead anything yet. So nobody's got any death, but like they're really playing defensively more than they are doing. Both Esther and Zahn are just trying to hold off. And then as soon as they see your light, you hear Zahn like scream at you to aid them. So I'm going to have you guys roll for initiative.
Oh, should we just do? Can Wizard Claw's familiar just go on his turn or after?
Yeah, however you want to do it to
We'll
make
just do
it
it like
easier.
I would never be able to use a familiar. I would forget.
Yeah, so he's just going to go on your familiar. Let me add these descending orders. So,
Spiders. Had to be spiders. Wizard Claws will expend a level 3 spell slot to cast Dragon's Breath on
Oh, shit.
Fiona.
Oh,
What?
she can breathe fire.
so tell me what Dragon's Breath. Tell me and the listeners what Dragon Breath
Yeah,
does.
you touch a willing creature and imbue it with the power to spew magical energy from its mouth, provided it has one. I guess spiders have little mandibles. Until the spell ends, the creature can use its action to exhale energy of a chosen type in a 15-foot cone. Each creature in that area must make a dex save, taking 3d6 damage of the chosen type. I think I'm going to choose ice in this case. Or
Do
as
you have to
half,
choose up front?
you have to choose the damage when you cast the spell.
Okay.
Yes.
And then if you cast it at level 3 or higher, the damage increases 1d6.
Okay.
So
That's-
it's a ice flinging spider now.
I've never seen this spell before. That's
All right, and is it her turn as well?
That'll be the end of his turn. That'll be
okay.
his wait. So that's his bonus action as a spell.
Oh, nice.
So he can still cast a cantrip, and he'll look at one of these spiders and send some psychic energy at it. Maybe this one right here that's eating Zahn.
All right, that one right there. So you're going to cast psychic energy at it, getting a mind bite.
Yeah, or actually, I think it's a
Ooh.
spell save. I don't think that roll. It must succeed an intelligence saving throw or take 1d6.
Okay. So give me a second. It's going to do an intelligence saving throw. They're not the smartest, so it fails.
Okay, so it
So
takes.
give me 1d6. You want to roll it?
Yeah.
You can just.
So it takes 5 damage, and then it has a 1d4 penalty for its next saving throw, which I'll try and remember.
So awesome. Okay. So he has a 1d4 penalty on his next saving throw or attack roll. Any ability check?
It just says next saving throw. It doesn't say attack roll.
Okay.
just saving
So next
throw.
saving throw. So if you do it the next time, he's got a 1d4 penalty. All right.
Just
Perfect.
try to remember that.
So
And
you
that'll
see that.
be the end of Wizard's Claw's turn.
Yeah. So you see that this mental energy that you put out, it definitely turns towards you. You see that it flinched for a little bit and it collapses on its little legs, but then it recovers itself and it turns towards you, and it now sees that it is being joined by some other people. It is now Fiona's turn, I believe.
Cool. Fiona is a spider, so she will climb up the wall. She has 20 movement speed, so I'm assuming now that we're in this combat, it's 5 per square.
Yes. This is now 5 per square.
Okay, so she'll move 5, 10, 15, 20 on the ceiling.
Okay.
But I think she's out of range of any attackers. But I'll have she'll ready a spell, or she'll ready a breath attack. If a spider comes in the
Within range.
cone, then she'll breathe on it.
Perfect. All right. So instead of double moving, she's readying to protect. All right, sounds good. So Zizal, it is your turn.
How do they look, the humans?
So you see that, yeah.
Not the
so-
spiders.
so-
I didn't want
How
to.
do they look, the
Bipedal.
humans?
they look
They
great.
have gelatin eyeballs.
Yeah. So Zahn, you see that he is a disciplined fighter. He has been focusing all of his energy on defense. He does not look much like he is taking any damage. He's been able to fend off most of their attacks. So he looks good. Esther, on the other end, she's been casting spells, but you can see that she has like a glimmer of a shield on, but she just looks overwhelmed. She's a wizard. She's not good. That being surrounded for a wizard is a bad thing. So I would say that she's definitely in a more dire situation. He is.
I just don't know if I want to run in and do aid and give them 5 health, or just start shooting these little fuckers.
It's early in the battle.
You do you. Let me know.
I think I'm gonna pot shot them.
Okay.
What is my range for my crossbow?
Umrin, perhaps we should have another combat course.
What, you want me to give aid?
No, I just thought it'd be fun if we trained together again.
No, I liked it. It was a fun time. Well, let's. Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I think killing these things is probably going to be more beneficial in the long run.
I agree.
Okay, I want to start taking them out. So I'm gonna try to shoot at this one that I'm pinging. Okay, am I within 30 now? 5. 10,
You're
15.
yes within 30 of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So you could get the big guy, this guy right here.
That one.
Yeah.
There's also one that Wizard Claws psychicked.
Yeah, so
What
this
happened?
one Wizard Claw psychic.
What did it do? Damage or what?
It looked like it did damage. He looked like he
Okay, I'll
collapsed.
shoot that one.
Okay.
We should focus fire. I'll shoot that one. There's
Yep.
a lot to do for me to probably miss.
Right,
Phew.
give me the attack. That is not a miss. Give me a damage. So you just hit the
A
hand
lot of
crossbow plus
strategizing
one
for
button.
no reason.
On the bottom. I'll hit it on the bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah. So this hand crossbow is magical plus 1, and you see that it pierces right through like its stone skin, and right into its abdomen, and this one does fall dead. So
Nice.
between your two attacks, the smaller ones seem to not have a lot of hit points. But so that one's dead. Are you going to do anything else?
Well struck, Zazzle.
Not sure I have anything else I can do. Bardic Inspiration. How long does Bardic Inspiration last? 10 minutes.
Until the-
I give it to
Esther.
Mark.
Oh, to Mark. Okay.
Who's Mark?
I give it to
All right. To Amrin.
Umrin.
All right, perfect. All right, so it is the yellow spiderling's turn. So they do see some new quarries. So
Call me a quarry?
Yes, one of mine. It's another
Quarry the
name for
quarry.
mine.
It's a punny joke. Good one.
but they are going. So the one
It's an
off
episode
of
title for
Zod
you.
is going to run
Quarry
forward.
Quarries.
He is going to go attack Zizal.
Oh no!
As soon as he gets
Um,
in within that 15-foot range, though, he gets sprayed with a fire extinguisher.
Does it hit Zizal?
Well, it's a 15-foot cone. So I think as soon as
Like,
it
if he
comes
would've-
with...
Yeah, if he would have been within, like, it's a direct go, like, route to Zizal. So you think that you're just gonna? I mean, obviously, I would think that.
5, 10, 15...
Would
So-
you like? How intelligent is your mouth? Is your creature? Would it know to just try to clip it, or would it point the center of the cone at the creature it's trying to kill? If you ordered it to, what's its intelligent rating?
Yeah, I mean, like, Wizard Claws engages and interacts with Fiona, but
Yeah.
I haven't really determined like how smart it is because it really just it reacts to his intelligence, like it reacts to
Yeah.
his inputs. So I think it's
Turns
just
out
like
his will.
yeah. So it might try its best not to hit Zyzel, but its
Yeah.
instruction
So-
was to try and
So, yeah, roll me a 1d2. We'll just say if
Yeah.
it's 1, it hits. At 2, it misses Zyzel.
Yay.
1, okay, it's going to hit.
Oh,
Or it's
no.
going to be.
That's the
That
bad
Zyzel's
part.
going to be within the range, but
he has to
can
roll
always,
a dex save.
he can roll the dex save.
Yeah.
Okay. here
Yeah,
we go.
it's just, when Zyzel ran in front of a creature that was readying a.
I had nothing else I could do.
Yeah,
All
I
my-
understand. I'm just saying that you ran the risk when you run in front of a.
Yeah. All
I'm
of my
not-
spells are 30 feet.
All right, so so 12 on the Spiderling's dex save.
That is a fail.
Okay. Zyzol fucking nails it
That's
with a
good.
25.
I have a
Yeah.
17 index, and it's one of my proficient saving throws.
So
And since it's a that's since it's a level 3 spell, it's 46 of damage for 12 cold
Yeah.
damage.
Dang.
Yeah, that's good damage. So this cold damage, good choice with cold damage because it looks like it goes right through. So as it's walking up, this blast of cold, and you see that it's like the stone, it becomes a little brittle. It's having a hard time moving, and then it just finally just collapses in like a frosty rock, and it is dead as well. Zyzol, do you take half damage or no damage?
I think I take none.
Okay, fair
Each
enough.
creature must
I
make
don't
the
know. Why would you
save.
ask me?
Sorry, no,
It-
sorry. He does take
No.
half as much save on a successful
So 6 damage.
6 damage.
6 fucking damage.
He totally bought that though. He was like,
I
nope.
know.
Okay, moving on.
I
I
trust you
my
guys.
players.
Fair's
Yeah.
fair. Apologies for that cold there, Zyzel.
I mean, you had it prepared before he moved, so I don't know if you need to apologize. So, but he didn't know that it was going to happen. But so that was the first
The
one.
voice of God descends. Don't feel
Mind the
bad.
chilly spiders, Zyzel.
So you're going to see the other ones are still engaged at their respective queries. You see this one does turn and move towards Zahn. Esther just doesn't have it. She's not using melee weapons, so she doesn't get an opportunity of attack. He just sees that they're trying to surround and swarm these people, and they are going to attack both Esther and Zahn. Zahn is in total defense mode. He is dodging, putting his shield up. He is able to avoid both of their attacks. Esther, on the other hand, they are going to attack her with her shield up. You see one of them manages to try to get through and almost bites her, but with the shield that she has active, it kind of repels its bite. So she does not get attacked this round from the small ones. But then the larger ones step up, and each of them make their reach out with their yellow pincers, their mandibles, I would say, and it's just able to, while Esther's trying to dodge from the smaller ones, it just takes a bite at her leg, like the big meaty calf part, and does. And you see it definitely hits her, and
14.
trying to run so many people. Yeah,
This could have been an Umber Hulk instead of a bunch of little spiders.
yeah. In theory, it
It's
could
easier.
have been way easier. Oh, I know.
Pro tip number 5,208.
Yeah. Big monsters, not little ones.
One big monster.
All right.
Everything's a boss.
So
fight.
you see that when she bites, for a minute there, it looks like her leg gets a little bit weak, but she's able to like shake it off. And
Nice.
she did take some damage, but it looked like it. And she shouts to you, and she lets you know that she felt something weird. Like this bite, something's weird about this bite. She will let you know because she felt it. And then the other one will bite Zahn, and it will get through his shield. He's in, well, actually no, because he's in dodge, which gives disadvantage for all attacks, right? Yeah. So it does not miss, or it does miss. And so he's able to get up his shield in time to fend off these, but he's not really able to do any attacks, as you see. He's just biding time until you guys can come join the fight, and he just turns to you and goes, "Get the fuck in here now!"
You do recall we've killed 2 spiders already.
You did. He nods at you, and he does. So you'll see that she will just she casts magic missile at one of them, and it does, magic missile never misses, and you see these energy arrows come out from her staff and land into one of the nearest ones, and does some damage, but not a lot. And Umrin, it is your turn.
So Umrin takes the dash action to use his charger feat.
Perfect.
What I would ideally like to do, I'll just tell you. You tell me how it works. I got 65 feet. I dash, use charger. I want to get to the big one with the crystals on its back that's on her left. So I don't know if I can maybe trample past them or if they would stop me if I tried to get past them, or are they all going to get opportunity of attacks on me?
So are you so if you do, you would have to take a circuitous route if they wanted to take opportunity of attacks, because you're going to run behind them. You can't run through them.
Will you let me use my dash speed to dart around?
Yeah. So what's your dash speed?
80.
Yeah. So if you have 80,
you can go anywhere you want.
80 is a long. So you're just come like this, but then and then attack them from this side.
I'll go.
How many?
Other
That's
way.
80 feet. I'm not going to count it all.
Yeah, I'm going to go the other way, though. So I'm going to end up here.
Yeah, so you're going to go up here north and then attack from there. Okay, perfect.
So that gives me, I think, for my charger, enough to run directly at this spider.
I agree.
If you're, 10 feet in a straight line,
easily 10 feet in a straight line.
I can, my choice of +5 to the attack's damage roll.
I'm going to put you here, because you ran at it kind of diagonally, but yes.
Oh, perfect.
You can still can attack them, yes.
So I'm going to attack that spider with I want to shove it.
So with charger, you're going
an unarmed strike, I think.
With the shove. Yes, unarmed strike. Give me an unarmed strike with the charger feat.
17.
Yeah. So do you want to, you're going to take the push and not the extra attack damage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so 17 hits this person.
Yes.
This spider. So
I want to shove it 10 feet away from her.
All right. In a straight line, so that would be back there. And it does how much damage? So normal unarmed damage. Just hit martial arts unarmed.
Yeah. 7 damage, and I would like to use stunning strike. So it should make a Constitution save.
Con save for the spider, the gem spider, as I'm calling them. It has an 8.
So it's a 13, so it fails, which means it's stunned.
Okay, perfect. Is that your turn? Are you going to do? Yeah, you did your bonus. You did your.
I get 1 extra unarmed attack, I think, but I'm not close enough to anything to use it on it. So
yeah, unfortunately,
that's the end of my turn.
Yeah, you could try to do, attack at the same time.
I'll just ask her, are you injured?
She looks at you. You can see that she's been hit quite a bit. That she's injured. You see her robes are a little bit torn. She nods to you and she goes, "Yes, please. I can do much more. Be much more effective if they're not right up in my grill."
I'll help. Stay close.
And then it is Zahn's turn, and Zahn, he points towards Zizal and Normal, and he just nods and thanks. And you see that he takes up a defensive stance. He is not moving, but you see that he's taking that dodge action again. He's just playing purely defensive now that he's got some people that come in and do some damage, and he's just like, we need to put them down. We cannot let them get through. No, he's German. That we cannot let them get through. We have to kill them. And he turns toward Esther. He's like, we have to protect it. You know what to do. And it is Lord Wizard Claw's turn again.
Okay. As a bonus action, he'll turn to the little lantern and give it a command.
Mm-hmm.
Flash rapidly if more spiders coming up from behind. He'll scoot in a little bit closer. What is this here? Is this like a logs or something?
Yeah, it's like firewood it's a collection of firewood that they use for the fire.
Okay, yeah, he'll scamper up on top of that. And I guess does he have line of sight against this spider here? The one that's stunned?
Does.
Cool. I think then he will use a catapult spell.
All right.
So choose one object weighing 1 to 5 pounds. I'm assuming like if there's like logs of wood stacked up there, that would be sufficient.
There's plenty of logs that weigh 1 to 5 pounds.
Okay. It flies flies in a straight line.
Yeah.
In the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the world, so there's stuff. Basically, it needs to make a dex save. And on a failed save, it takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage. But since it's stunned, I believe it automatically fails.
Yeah, it does. It does not get a chance to save because it is stunned. It can't move or dodge. So it's going to take 3d8.
12 damage.
Oh, nice. 12 damage. Yeah. So you see, you hit this thing. You launch this piece of this. One. I'm going to say 5 pounds. You find the biggest one that you can possibly use with this.
Like a
You
stump.
launch it at this. Yeah, this stump. You launch it clear across the room at this stunned creature, and it hits him right in the side. Clips one of his legs. His legs kind of collapses, but he's stunned and can't do anything. Hits him in the thorax or abdomen. I don't know if spiders have thoraxes.
Yeah.
They have an abdomen. They have 2, not 3 of the sections.
Yeah, so I don't know if they have a thorax.
They have 2 abdomens.
They have a head and
And a
a
head.
thorax. Yeah, I don't think they
They're
have an abdomen.
horrifying abominations.
Yeah, so this one, it just hits him right in his little spider body, and you see that it like gets knocked over. It was effective. You don't look. It looks like it because that even though it was non-magical, but it was bludgeoning, right?
Yeah, bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, it looks like the non-magical bludgeoning damage was effective against him.
His whiskers twitch mischievously at the end of his turn.
All right, Zizal, it is your turn.
I'm gonna do the same thing and try to shoot it. I'm gonna move here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna shoot this one. Are there any injured? Are there all the ones that we hit were dead, right?
So that one looked like it got hit with that.
That piece of wood.
No, that got hit by Esther's mage, whatever it's
Okay.
called.
I'm gonna shoot that one.
Yeah, magic missile. With a 14, you're hitting on this thing. A 14 is a hit.
Nice. 8 piercing.
Yeah, so once again, you are just racking up kills with that crossbow.
Ka-ting.
And it just immediately turns over dead. It looks like Esther's feeling a little bit more. She only has 1. She's not surrounded anymore. She gives you like a nod of thanks. And are you going to move?
You should hide over here behind these logs with me, Zazu.
Again, because I don't know, like, what is is there anything I think I can get cover behind? I can't share space with.
So you could probably like squeeze in here for doing like if you're going to use a crossbow. Yeah, you can take cover. I mean, doesn't look like they're doing range, but yeah, you can get back there, kind of hide behind those. Those are just like armor stands, weapon stands.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of like hide behind them.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, now you easily fight. If you were to do melee fight, you may be squeezing, so it may not be the best for doing melee fighting, but for range fighting, it's perfect.
Cool.
Can Fiona go after Zazel?
Shit.
I forgot. I totally spaced.
Yeah,
Mark,
Fiona's
what were you
turn.
saying about forgetting?
Yeah,
familiar
I would forget all the time.
Yeah, oh, it's hard. Keeping track of a bunch of people.
Is that okay if she jumps in?
Oh, of course.
Okay. So from here, she can do 5, 10, 15, 20?
Skitter.
Maybe there. And then 5, 10. So I think she might be able to hit this one with the edge of a cone and not hit Zahn. Would that be acceptable?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think it has to make a dexterity save.
For just the first one?
Yeah, I think with a 15-foot cone, I don't think it can reach anything but this one.
Yeah, that's just that one. But dex saving throw, it does get it. It rolls a nat 20 for a 22.
Ooh, dang, nice. Nimbly spider. Well, it still takes half damage.
Yeah.
Roll 3d6.
Yeah, and that's a lot of
so it'd be
11,
that
so half damage.
5
right?
damage?
5.
Is that right?
Yeah, so you see, once again, this blast of cold air comes out from your spider that's still on the ceiling, I would assume.
Yes.
Aims down and just blasts this thing. And once again, it looks like this spider gets covered over this rime of frost. And it its joints start to slow down a little bit, and it looks like it took quite it's able to jump out of the way of the major blast, but it did take some damage. It is now, because Izal went and he went good. It is now the Spiderling's turn. So he turns and he sees you, but you're up on the ceiling and he's small and he has really no way to get to you up in the ceiling. So he's just gonna keep pounding away at Zahn. So he's going to attack Zahn. They both are. Ooh. Will one of them hit? No. Neither of them hit again because he's got his
dodging,
sword
right?
up. Yeah, he's dodging up. The other yellow spiderling, it's trying to hit Esther as well. It's going to bite at Esther again. It misses. That shield is just doing work. You can tell she is she specializes in shields and protection, so she can't do a lot of damage, but she's able to keep herself alive. But then as the yellow gem spider, it's still stunned on its turn until the start of your turn, right? Yeah, so it's still stunned.
Yeah,
it
stays stunned.
Yeah, the one is attacking Zahn. It misses. And then
It doesn't actually have a duration stunned.
I would say it's still the start of your it's a 1-round stun. Because if it's not stunned on its turn, then it doesn't make any sense why it would matter.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say, like anything else, it's until the end of your next turn or the start of your next turn. And then you hear click, 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 especially you, Wizard Claws, and you see some reinforcements coming from that tunnel in front of you, not behind you. So no flashing, but Zahn, he sees this and he turns to Esther and he nods. What Esther's going to do is it's her turn now. She's going to move, take the attack of opportunity on this thing. It's going to attack her, try to bite her legs as she moves and runs. It gets through, hits, doesn't do a lot of damage, kind of trips up her ankles and her Achilles heel. And she turns to Zahn. She goes, "I'm sorry." And she hits the red button. And as she does, a preset amount of rocks block the tunnel. And then right when she does that, she disappears. And you see her, as it's falling, misty step to the other side of the tunnel.
The exit tunnel.
The exit tunnel. She has
no.
left. She is left. So now you 4 are now trapped in this tunnel with these unknown creatures.
What happened to the other kid?
I don't know. Nobody's asked about him yet.
I was thinking about
Well,
it.
I'm busy
I
killing
guess-
spiders.
I guess you're going to have to find out next week.
Next time. Where
Next
the fuck is the little
time.
guy?
What happened to Cal?
Cal.
I spent that whole turn planning on how to heal her too. Ungrateful little.
Let us hope she's going to get more help.
You would assume, but I think that's a good stopping
You would
point.
assume
Yeah.
wrong.
One would assume, but this is the
One
world
would
of
assume.
AOA, where everyone fucks each other over.
Yeah, you would assume that.
Awesome.
If
That was
she's gonna be
That was good.
Yeah, that was a good, fun battle. That's it for this week's episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already, and head over to +1togaming.com for more live discussions, actual plays, character creation tips, and more. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.